What's up, ladies and gents? We got kind of a slight change we're going to make here. Instead of reviewing the third movie that I was going to review today, I'm actually going to make that into a series for tomorrow for both me and my beautiful wife, Sarah, to review. I'm going to go ahead and sort of reveal it to you. I was going to review Karate Kid 2 because I watched Karate Kid 2 last night with my wife. But I think we're going to do a review of the first two, maybe even the first three Karate Kid movies. The three Karate Kid movies from the 80s, which are, of course, the best ones. I don't know if I've actually seen Karate Kid 3. I know I've seen the first two. I love both of them. Wouldn't be in my top 5 favorite, but really, really good movies. Anyhow, though, my wife will be reviewing those with me tomorrow. I'm still enjoying this coffee, by the way. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this review. I'm going to try and be as quick as possible because I also want to introduce you to the mini-series I'm going to be doing today. It's a marathon, and I'm going to watch as many as I possibly can today without annoying my wife too much. But the next movie we're going to be watching here is The Killer. Not the one we're going to be watching, sorry. The one we're going to be reviewing is The Killer. This is directed by John Woo. Came out in the year 1989, and it is, without a doubt, breaking into my top 5. This is probably going to be the only change that's really going to be made to my top 5 in this big thing. But who knows? It could change more, and if it does, I might even do an update video of my top 5 favorite action movies of the 80s. This is so great. I watched it a couple times before this, just to kind of, see a little bit of it. And I don't think I was paying attention enough. I don't think I really took it in as much as I should have. This past time, though, I took it in perfectly. I had my mind focused on it. I had the English dub up, which I think is helpful the first time you watch a foreign film. And what a movie. What a movie. So many great moments just within this movie. And so many John Woo-isms. The John Woo-isms are off the scale here. I mean, there's probably his number one thing that people know him for is the doves. Everybody knows the doves. Another thing is like the crazy lighting. In some of his movies, especially in this one, a lot of religious symbology. John Woo, of course, is a committed Christian, which is kind of strange being from Hong Kong as he is. Well, actually, he's from a much more oppressed area of China where they oppress Christianity a lot more, and his family was forced to move to Hong Kong so that they would not be persecuted for their religion. But John Woo, of course, committed Christian, and a lot of religious symbology in here, and a lot of sort of religious undertones sort of going beneath the film in general. This is written and directed by John Woo, so it's got a lot of his touches. A few more John Woo-isms. There's definitely some slow motion, definitely some crazy cinematography going on, really good cinematography. Just a beautiful film to look at. Very much in the form of that late 80s sort of lighting. Kind of funny that the first two movies I review for the 80s action series is they're both from the year 1989. Kind of funny. Sorry, excuse me, guys. But a really good movie. I can't say enough good things about it. I enjoyed myself so much watching this. The characters are so great. The writing is fantastic. The cinematography is just spot on. There's some stuff that feels weird for us as people who aren't part of the Asian culture in here. But if you take it within the context of its culture and just within the context of the whole movie itself, really it doesn't do a whole lot to just, strike it down. Really, just a fun movie, a great movie to watch. I totally recommend it. I'll probably be watching the original Cantonese version with subtitles next time I watch this, which may even be fairly soon. But yeah, The Killer. Guys, you got to check out The Killer. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. Maybe even pick up this version, although I think there might be a Criterion coming out either of this or a couple of his other movies fairly soon. but this is the one I've got. It's a really good edition. It's got an interview with John Woo, Q&As with John Woo, locations, and a trailer gallery for John Woo movies. Really cool stuff. Really just can't say enough good things about this movie. So definitely check it out. It's one of the great 80s action movies. Now I'm going to introduce you guys to a series I'm going to be doing specifically today, maybe a little bit of tomorrow. I need a cup of coffee there. Excuse me, but delicious. So, if there's one guy I have to say is my favorite of the 80s action stars in general, you know, one of my favorite actors of all time is Kurt Russell, and he's in action movies. But in some ways, Kurt Russell to me doesn't really show through as an action star so much as he is a really great actor that's in really great action movies. But the actual action star of the 1980s that I admire personally the most, and the one that I find is the best in terms of just sheer fun for his movies, it's gotta be Chuck Norris. And so today, I'm going to be doing what I'm calling a Chuckathon, where I'm going to be just chucking discs into that Blu-ray player and watching them. And we're going to do as many of the 1980s films that he has that I own, or that I can get my hands on. If I end up being able to get my hands on 1981's An Eye for an Eye, and maybe Silent Rage, I should be able to do virtually everything. But I have a lot of his. I have a lot of his movies. The first one he made in the 1980s is The Octagon, and this is actually a pretty good DVD of it, by the way. I think it's actually available on Blu-ray now. I think the DVD's fine for me, but if I ever find the Blu-ray, I'll definitely be buying it. The Octagon, that'll be the first one we review today. Sorry, man. My camera slipped down. Stupid camera. Okay, it's going to keep doing that, so I'm going to have to get it a little bit of a reposition. Sorry, guys. Total unprofessionalism, but who cares? First one, The Octagon. Next up, this is in a 3-pack with Hellbound and The Hitman, but the one we're going to be reviewing is the one at the bottom, Forced Vengeance from 1982. Then from 1983, one of my favorite action films of all time, Lone Wolf McQuade. And this comes as a 3-pack with two other great 80s action movies, The Delta Force and Code of Silence, all featuring Chuck Norris. Now this one also has The Delta Force on it, but we're not going to be reviewing The Delta Force twice, oh no. Instead, we're going to be reviewing the original and the sequel, Missing in Action and Missing in Action 2: The Beginning. Another two of my absolute favorites. One, of course, is definitely my favorite, and that's Part 2. I prefer Part 2 to all the rest of them. Next up, we have Invasion USA from 1985, another great Chuck Norris action movie. After that, we have from 1986, Chuck Norris in Braddock, Missing in Action 3. And finally, rounding out the 1980s, I have Chuck Norris and David Carradine. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. Chuck Norris in Hero and the Terror in this 3-pack with Breaker Breaker and Lone Wolf McQuade. But I'm not going to review Lone Wolf McQuade twice, even though I could. And I'm not going to review Breaker Breaker, even though I could, because it's not a 1980s action movie. But we're going to be watching as many of these as we can in one day and over the course of a little bit of tomorrow as well. So, hope you guys enjoy my reviews as they come out today. Rock on. If you'd like to subscribe, talk to you guys later. One more sip from this delicious mug. Good stuff, guys. Bye-bye.